Typically try to touch it as little as possible. I usually fold it over a little bit. It's not necessary always to fold it over. And then we can cut the rest of the dough and do the rest. Right? Make a slight tube-like shape, and then use the back of my hands and just press it in. Just press it down, right? Without overstretching it. This dough. I'm just going to do this. Just make them into an even tube, right? Meaning you're trying to make it into don't make it into a football. Try to make it into a cylinder. You know what I mean? You know, if it's not perfectly tight, that's okay. It will be longer as a result. You know, the reason for folding over the dough is just to control a little bit the spread. And there's your loaf. One time I'm gonna do it's okay. Place it seam side down like that. So give us nothing. That's it on the top of the dough, like this. You want to get that, Felice? Generously seldom air. I would say about like about that much, tablespoon. Keep in mind that the oil, as the dough is proofing, is slowly spreading out over. The salt will dissolve. So is proofing. I mean, there's an ideal period when a dough is on point. Every type of bread has a different kind of window or moment when it's ideal to process the dough. With pizza bianca, the dough has been sitting here for about 45 minutes. Typically between half an hour, depending upon how fermented the dough was, to an hour after the dough has been processed, it's ready. And in this case, I'll demo the dough right now on docking, finger strength, you know, how much work we need to give the dough, and then we're going to wait a half an hour to 45 minutes later and do a second batch, and you're going to see as the doughs have leavened, you know, whereas I might put 1,000 fingerprints on the dough on the first one, I might only put 300 on the last one, because it doesn't require as much docking. Cool? I call it the grab. The grab is going to be like picking the dough up, relaxed palms, relaxed fingers, don't tense your hands, don't freak out. Typically we have the dough in front of us, and we can just pick it up, we just grab the dough, pick it, and as the dough is beginning to fall between my hands, rather than freaking out, just allow the hands to kind of pull the dough out. And typically what I do is I just flip my hands at the end. I'm going to scoop the dough up, right? And you'll notice the dough is very elastic. And you see my hand do the little roll, right? See the roll? And you know, when you get good at it, just like that, you pull it out. And actually, if you can pull the dough to the length of your arms, better. Why? Without forcing it. You're there. You know, the objective is just to make the dough the length of the board. Hold like 3 or 4 fingers wide, make a little band of oil, and then I'm going to work it systematically. Putting just enough finger pressure to make the dock stick, but not so much finger pressure to perforate the dough. If the dough is beginning to stick to my fingers, I can grab some oil from the middle and bring it to the outside. Sometimes that happens, and that's what you do. And I can see here the dough is sticking to the table, right? But I noticed that, so I might re-season the board, and now I'm sweating on the dough. Towel, towel. Take you about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes to do one bianca. Notice the fingers of my hands are like padded. Open them up. Don't point them down, point them out. You'll notice too, I have to dock the dough in order to get it to open up as well. It's kind of what pizza cooks do at pizzerias, you know? But the dough, by contrast, is stiff. When the dough is very fermented, there's a lot less docking required. And what's superior about this dough is that it's going to have like little or no flavor, that soapiness that I associate with yeast. Résistance. Le pâte résister. Non résiste. I did that on
Se
purpose.
fa ridere, si fa ridere, chi fa ridere fa sempre testo di minchia.
If the dough's got, it's gonna pop. Whereas yesterday's dough, because it was a drier dough, you know, I mean, this is like probably an ancient bread that has had a little bit of this flour, just a little bit, if it needs it. You'll feel it when your hands run underneath, as does it. The objective now is to get the dough to be even from one end to the other, in terms of its thickness, in terms of its density. As you're docking the dough, you can feel whether a part of it like a knot, or whether there's more density or not. You fix it by pulling it this way or that way. You know, you can run your hands down the length, and that's it. That's probably more or less where we need to be. Okay, good. Then we're going to accordion the dough, right? And accordioning the dough means accordion. It doesn't have to go the length. It can fill this. There's some bakers that prefer doing that. I like it when it's like this, and then pulling the dough laterally to try to exploit or coax out the width of the dough. All these steps and measures are done to kind of amplify or help the bread, the dough, express itself. Here we go. Abre. But you go all the way to the back of the oven, touch the back of the oven, pull it away about 1.5 to 2 inches, give it a short dirt, count 4 Mississippis, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, and then shimmy. I over shimmied the back, but again, you know, you'll see. Was this my best Bianca? No.
Some large?
No, it's, yeah, I put too much dough down. Let's do it again. Again. I said I didn't. So ideally you go right next to the one you just made. Pull away. There we go. Now, I'm not getting the length out of the dough that I would like, ideal length, in part because the dough is very tight. Yeah. It's tough.